Good morning and welcome back to Morning Express. We are happy you're here with us. It is time for Hot Topics. Joining us is Adhiambo, Oshin looking like a goddess, and Eric. Oshin, talk to us about that look. It's amazeballs.
Can't say that in the morning.
Okay, it's amazing.
Thank you. I just felt like being pretty for you. I haven't seen you in so long.
Oh, please. Yeah, so that is for me?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Eric, says something about that look.
No, my clothes were all wet.
Excuse me, what?
I just grabbed a sweater. But it goes on now. Oshin says I look good. So,
Okay, gosh.
It's true.
Himself.
My mama Safi alikuja late and then so they didn't sort of dry. So
Oh, you know, you completely got lost to me there. I was asking what you think about her look.
I thought you were talking about my look.
No, that's
Right.
You said your
Okay.
her
I'd have
clothes got
wondered
all
what's
wet
in
and I
my
was
look.
like,
No, she looks amazing, eh?
Thank
She looks very good. So does Adhiambo.
and so do you.
Thank you, sweetie.
Oh yeah. No, I just packed it up together. I didn't have no sauce, I promise.
All wet, we all like,
I was just like
hiya.
cold, wet, got dripping water, and I was like, okay. So I got a sweater.
Yeah. Okay. How have you been keeping? How was your week?
Good. Yeah.
Anything exciting
Very
or not
quiet.
exciting?
Nothing really, nothing to write home about. I've been quite lonely.
Lonely. Are you not dating? Sorry to ask, I'll just throw that out there.
Not in a relationship.
Single.
I'm single.
But you should be happy single.
I'm
you know?
very happy.
You shouldn't be
I was just
lonely.
lonely for some 2 days. I felt a bit alone. I'm alone. I'm actually alone.
Yeah.
And then the feeling went away, as usual. So.
Okay. But are you looking like to get a girlfriend, or are you just in this period
No,
you want to
I'm
be?
happy, I'm happy. It will happen when it happens. I'm not shopping around for anybody.
You think she'll what, land, like be dropped from heaven?
No, I'm not looking around. I think it's awkward when you start shopping around. Hi. Starting to look at people like they should be a girlfriend. So I just hang in there. When it happens, it should happen. When it starts counting, people get a bit eerie. Like, he's weird. You know?
Yeah?
And you're Oshin.
How have you been, lovely?
I have been good. Yeah, I got the flu earlier in the week. That wasn't cool, but yeah, back to
Pole sana.
banging now.
And you've been working hard. Yesterday you left the office late.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week.
Crazy week, yes. But keeping good. Nothing exciting, nothing to write home about?
No, I was
That caught
supposed
your
to go.
attention, even in news, in terms of the stories being covered?
I haven't had time to watch news.
Huh?
Just been work. Yeah.
Okay. Adhiambo?
Interesting.
So shocked.
I'm just shocked. You're watching news because even in between work, news, has to be made. I think we are all in the news business, so we've got to make. But I'm still laughing.
Keep up on the phone and the computer.
Which is also news, by the way.
Not watching.
Yeah.
The interesting bit, I'm still laughing at Mama Safi, Mama Clothes, whatever, because something caught my eye on the internet the other day. Did you see that discussion between a guy and the girlfriend when they checked his phone, and the discussion was between him and his Mama Safi and how it went him.
All right.
You remember
Yeah,
that
I
him
saw that,
unakam ati ndio nipate umetoa nguo zote. And the girlfriend is already mad. Umetoa nguo.
Oh my God.
But it was really about washing the clothes. So it was pretty interesting.
So
when
the guy asks the mamanguo,
Yes.
unakam?
Yes.
And then
And
the
then-
mamanguo says, niko kwa njia.
Niko kwa
I
njia.
hope umeshatoa nguo zote.
Yes.
And the
And then
girlfriend,
the girlfriend
saw it
saw
and
that,
freaked
yeah.
out.
You see, that's why it helps not to have a girlfriend. So nobody's going to read such text.
No, you just need a girlfriend who understands. I say, hope umetoa nguo zote. Imagine somebody arriving naked.
No, why are you?
And then you see you can't explain. You look very dodgy. Babe, ni Mama Safi, honestly. Kwani mtu anaweza ambia watu nguo aje?
Yeah. So that was really trending.
Yeah, so eka nguo nje. Toe nguo dodo. Yeah. We're trying to help these
Nje ya
people
nyumba.
going forward, the kind of language to use when you're engaging Mama Safi.
No, I think you should just write Mama Safi or Agnes. Then now you call her.
Agnes
When-
Nguo.
Agnes Nguo. So you say, babe, let's not argue. Chiki, hello? Sema very flat. Then you'll immediately know that it's Mama Safi. I'm sure they're not going to go like, hi, James, hi, have you removed your clothes? Then that's going to be trouble.
What if she has
That's
an
okay.
accent?
Mama Safi with an accent.
I squeezed it.
Really? Mamanguo?
I've never
You
seen
never
one,
know.
Yes.
I've no. Yours has an accent.
No,
I don't think they all have one accent.
mine is
Which one?
old.
Kwani uliyeka nguo wapi?
They're Ugandans as well. That
Really?
would worry more.
Wait, the Ugandan Mama Safi is in Nairobi?
Yes.
I'd like some Ugandan.
See?
Oh, God. You would? This is why he's single.
No, I'm told they're very clean and very thorough. So,
Sarah, what?
if you are cleaning your clothes.
Let's move along. Clearly. So the president was in Ukambani. And there's this picture that also made it social media. It was in the headlines as well, of him taking a soda at this kiosk. Somebody says kiosk. You know,
Kiosk. Let's just...
yes.
It's a kiosk.
What did you guys think of that?
Awesomeness. I think lots of people are making a very big deal out of it. Of course, for us, it makes a lot of news out of it. But what I like about it is that when Mutua and his team decide to do grand PR, it's beautifully done. I think the soda and ngumu aspect just makes you love. Yeah, soda and ngumu. Is it ngumu?
Ngumu. You have to drag it out.
Such a Barbie.
I'm sorry.
Ngumu.
Yes, soda and ngumu.
Oh my.
It just makes you care. Just, you know, if you loved him a lot less, you just love him a lot more.
Yeah.
So regardless of what other people are going to do and say and everything, for me, my president is just cool.
Eric, there are people who are saying now, in terms of the girls who are going stressing their guys and telling them, nataka unipeleke kempinski, where they're like, you, the president is having gumu and soda, can you chill?
I think that is very wishful thinking, to take your chick out for a ngumu treat because the president had it. Chick, we are doing gumu. You saw what the president did, by the way. And don't be stressing me. Kama rais anatoka Kempinski anaenda Kibanda weni nani. I think you'll be very quickly come back to the singleness like some of us have. Yeah. But I think it's a good thing. I don't know. I wish some of these things were just that, like if somebody snuck a picture of the president having gumus at State House without us knowing, and they're like, oh snap, don't put that on air. Then I think that would be more dope than inviting Gumo and, you know.
So you see it as more just PR?
I see it a bit as PR.
Okay.
But it is good PR.
You have any thoughts on it?
How does that help anybody?
Oh, it helps. His ratings, his ratings are easy.
Because of Ngumu?
Yes. Yeah, it endears you to the people.
But then again,
you look so humble and down to earth.
I think it will become very political now. Because I would have a problem with you eating Gumus, and then the next day you're going to Nigeria with 84 people.
They didn't go.
And then the day before you are somewhere with 13 choppers. I think.
Balancing act.
Ni PR.
No, he's a president.
No, we are not talking politics.
No,
Next.
Clearly, I should be having you guys on the way. It is on Monday. This could be quite the panel for politics.
But that's really cool, I think, that he did that. It shows, well, everybody knows Uhuru is like one of the most down-to-earth presidents we have out there, and that just proves it. He's there at a kiosk. He looks so natural, by the way. There's nothing pretentious about that, even if it is
He looks to me like he went and took some vigorous things
and
to
it's like, speaking of Nigeria, the Nigerian president-elect was in economy class from London.
Yes, economy. I saw that as well.
Yes, and everybody was like, oh, God.
Did you see one of the guys in that pic was like almost biting his finger
off when Cynthia posted it. And I was like, that probably must be the only African president who would travel economy, because, you know, African presidents will fly to IMF on a private plane and go and ask for a loan. But it's not been sworn in yet.
So. Yeah, but that's the thing. Would even him being now president after today officially, he cannot, I don't think, it cannot allow him to do economy.
But it's a good showmanship, I think. It's a good showmanship. Just to show people, I'm one of you guys.
So there were all kinds of pics also that, the memes that were put out on this particular pic. So we'll put them up right now and see. So that's the, this, okay. Then the next one, let's get
the other one?
There's another.
Yes, there is, and I'm really waiting for it.
I haven't seen any, by the way.
Oh no, that one I saw, and I think people just need to give Baba a break.
People need to give Baba.
Oh, Baba
is selling.
All right.
And I just need to.
Okay.
Yeah, and people will not be too happy about that. Anyway, let's talk about the Groove Awards that's happening this Sunday. It's going to be a major showdown, a gospel industry. It's a big deal. Many have their eyes on the drama-oriented duo of gospel stars, Willie Paul and Bahati, because we talked about this a while back and all of the, you know, back and forth between the two that would not be expected of the gospel industry. Adhiambo, I'll start with you. What are you expecting on this awards?
They are on fast, by the way.
It's not a Sunday?
Yes, yeah.
It's Monday?
Yes, it's on Monday, and I think we will be watching it live from here, from KTN, from 5 p.m. which will be quite interesting if we are not there, but we plan to be there live. The interesting bit about Groove this year is that they're celebrating 10 years. You remember when Kevin began way back, it was just one of those ideas that he had. And that time, gospel had not even caught on. It was one of those things that you go, you're a Corino, or you're into a Rojo, and you know, all these things, and you're going to do. And then he had this big dream, being born again and all. And now it has culminated into this really beautiful celebration of excellence in the field of gospel music. We're looking forward to really great performances. If you've been following, they've been going on different tours in different counties. And last week, it was in Machakos, where, of course, now the big finale is going to be. I do not expect any beef between Willie Paul and Bahati. You do know, right now, if you've not been under a rock, that Willie Paul was in the States. And he rocked it, actually. He did really a good show, and really lots of people, and he did not denounce his mother in the process. And Bahati has been shutting it down time and again, and we're looking forward to see who will carry it. The best man will win, the best gospel artist will win, but eventually it will just be really great, excellent music and showmanship. I can't wait.
Yeah. What do you make of the gospel industry, Eric, as far as how far it has come? And also, when you see a gospel artist asking for people to vote for them, somebody asked the other day in a discussion that you're meant to be putting out music to worship God. When it then goes around to the too economical part, is it that expectation on gospel artists, again, too out there, that you expect them then now to be so spiritual as to not be in touch with, it's a competition, I want people to vote, so I'm going to ask them to vote?
Oftentimes I've been finding it very difficult to tell the difference between a secular artist and a gospel artist.
Okay.
And I keep saying there should be a difference. While a secular artist's main role would be to entertain the masses, a gospel artist, to me, should be to convict me to love and follow Christ. So sometimes I look at them and I'm like, hey, sasa wewe uko wapi? So I don't know if my sentiments are very, I don't know if I'm very, what is the word? Old school. I'm not saying you sing, tuta kuabudu, then you start weeping. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to exemplify Christ-likeness, like, you can't be a gospel artist and then your name is also very close to having impregnated somebody before marriage, because that's not what Christ would do. So that is often very confusing to me. I think if you're a gospel artist, then you should beba msalaba. You can't be like, mimi ni binadamu kama watu wengine. No, wewe ni roho. Your songs,
oh my God.
Your songs are determining factor whether or not somebody's going to make it to heaven, at least from a Christian point of view. So you can't be wanting to make people go to heaven, then also being carnally available. I find it preposterous.
Yeah.
Preposterous, darlings. Preposterous.
Yeah, but you know, Eric,
what he's saying is preposterous. Why?
No, I'm making fun of him.
Yes, but the thing about this, and this discussion comes, you know, it comes up every time. But let's realize this, that when somebody is singing gospel music, and even in the Bible itself, they would tell you that do as I say and not as I do. And also, you do not go into the church to get church people to become church-like. You actually shop for them in places where they are already not church-like.
The Bible says become the light of the world, Adiambo. It says become the light of the world. That your gift should make room for you. If I am called to preach, I should convict you to follow the Christ I am exemplifying. Not, you shouldn't doubt me. You shouldn't go like, hey, but Pastor Mumona, kanina to them. You know? But
anakuambia what to do. Don't do as he does.
No.
Well, then your message will not have as much depth impact. Because, if all the time you're telling me, I preach to you, my sister, do this and the other. But I'm going to be like, on this other side. I mean, granted, once in a while there will be mistakes, which is acceptable. We're all humans, we all fall.
But like doing it
cannot be constant, like the way of life, and then you just be like, yeah, just don't do as I do.
Like most of these gospel artists, Sophia, cannot profess Christ in a public setting. You're like, sasa umeokoka, check.
Which ones are these you've been talking
like,
to? I mean, honestly.
I'm like, what?
Have you heard one say that?
Tons. I want to mention them.
One
Wengi sana nitakwambia after show.
Oh, no.
And I'll even show you clips.
But like in me, I can tell you the ones I know.
The Bible says, Jesus says, if you're ashamed of me on earth, I'll be ashamed of you in heaven.
I know
so
that.
if you ask, are you born again? Like, I love Christ.
Hallelujah.
You should say that. You should not meander. Unajua vitu za God ni complicated, Buddha. But,
no, this guy.
He needs to have his own show where he mimics people.
Yeah. No, but I agree with him, because if you're going to be a gospel artist, then, you know, put yourself out there as such. And when it comes to that moment of truth,
then you're not. Like when wa Yesu conveniently. Cheki, ukitaka concert ya church, mimi wa Yesu, mimi. Wanalipa how much? Haya. Ikikuwa utapreachia watu, ni tricky. Unajua preaching inataka mtu akuepiwa. I'm like, what? And then you're not going to be pure. I'm sure it's the same with, you know, Islam and the Shino talents.
But you don't, this is the beauty about religion. You don't have to be pure. You can have your mistakes and everything. There is redemption. There's a beauty in that. You can preach it from that point of view. I used to do this, and then I found God again, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying you should be perfect. What I'm saying, if you're in that arena, if you're on that platform, then you need to set an example. You've put yourself there. Nobody picked you up and said, oh, Bahati, Willie Paul, by force you guys have to go there and preach. No, you chose to go there. You chose to be an example to the youth. You chose to preach a message. Then carry that message with you in your actions, not just in your words, in your hit songs to make money.
And I would make reference to Christina Shusho for all those wasaniwa gospel who are watching. I love Christina Shusho. I think she truly follows after Christ in her act, in her demeanor, on and off stage. I mean, she's the only artist I've seen who says, at the carnival, at a show at Kani, and guys are plastered, and she says, wangapi wanataka kumpokea Bwana? Nipe macho nione. Inua mikono tafadhali. That is the call of an artist. Mimi nilipokea Bwana kitambo sana.
So you're saying there needs to be an altar call every time a gospel artist performs? They need to make an altar call for them
I think so, because you're transforming hearts. You want people to go to heaven.
I think that's extreme.
No, it's not. You can't entertain people and bounce. What is your calling? What's your mandate?
Kama in a bamba? What do they say?
You can't start dancing. And what is the difference between between a Shaggy concert and that you're in concert? There should be a difference. And the difference, if you're watching... Is an altar call? Yes. You should call and say, look, I am...
I mean, I attend church, and it's not every Sunday that we have an altar call. So does that make church, that's not church? Because the pastor at the end of his sermon did not...
They should actually have every day, every moment. Do they take offerings every Sunday? That is not religious. No, do they take offerings every Sunday?
This is...
No, I'm just asking.
You're now general.
No, I'm not. I am not, by the way. I think every...
Trivializing.
No. Every Sunday, or every time a pastor stands in the pew, I think he should call for people who've not received Christ to receive Christ. Really, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a calling right now also?
A moment for the...
I'm not a pastor. Look at her, she look at me like, what?
No, because quite
like, it's Friday, wait for Sunday.
No, why are we doing this to Oshin?
No, it's fine. I know about Christianity. I'm very well informed about the religion, so I'm not uncomfortable in any.
Great.
Yeah.
No, she is very religious. Even some of her posts are very...
Okay. Let's talk about Lupita. The side is reporting that she's in town for her sister's wedding. But the family her fans will not get to catch a glimpse of the Star Trek actress because she is in the country to attend the younger sister Wam's wedding, is what this story is saying. So she's around, Eric?
Kenyans should go away. They love, you know, like now we have so much talent. Like here, Oshin is very talented and so many Oshins. But if Oshin would attempt, prior to ever becoming on this show, to say want to expose the talent on radio shows or in blogs, you know, people are very timid. They're like, who is she? Who is Oshin? She should go away. After somebody discovers Oshin and gives her a better platform, then Kenyans are like, oh, you should go away, by the way. Yeah? This issue of Lupita Niwetu, I remember Lupita after doing that show, Yashuga.
Yes.
She was trying to get interviews, and people in this country on radio stations were barring her. They thought she was ill-talented and all manner of things. Sasa saizi tuache hii pretentiousness ati how
but is it pretentious or is it just the way things are, unfortunately? I mean,
I think we should change the way things are.
Okay.
We can't start saying that now she's big in Hollywood, now we love her. And then when she was here, we were
Is
like,
it that now we love her, or that she inspires people, that her journey from here to all of the things she's been able to accomplish inspire people, and guys would want to receive her? It's actually not from a place of we own you, it's a place of we appreciate you, we celebrate you, we want to have this.
You're representing Kenya very well.
We had her here, and we should have appreciated. They say
What
you'll
were
be
we
up
appreciating
there.
at the time?
They say you'll be up there who you are down here. So when I'm down here, and you think I can't use that word, if you don't think I'm anything, if I feature on CNN, and I've been with Sophia all this time, you've never stopped me to say, Eric, by the way, I think you're doing us proud. I like your sentiments on varied issues. When I go on CNN on Anderson Cooper, you're like, oh, he's ours. You should come and do interviews.
Okay,
how things are,
Oshin, tell me, what do you think? Do you agree with him?
To some extent, yes. But then again, it takes some certain level of accomplishment for you to get that kind of recognition. Yeah, you're not just going to recognize anybody. You're not going to see somebody on Sophia's show one day and be like, oh my God, big star, Niwetu. It takes a certain level of accomplishment for people to get to that fandom base. Yeah.
You know the
You need to have
proverbial,
been
a
like
prophet is
Michael
not
Jackson
appreciated.
when
You know
he
the
was-
proverbial, a prophet is not appreciated at home, but huko nje anakuwa
So
appreciated.
tumemwappreciate sasa.
Because
Tunamtaka kama.
at home, you're homegrown and everything. If you have that world acceptance, then it makes you bigger, it makes your purpose bigger, it makes your talent, it makes everything seem that
Mimi
much
kaa
bigger.
uniappreciate
And
saa hii with
as
the
for
little
that
blunt
interviewing
attempts.
Lupita thing, well, this wasn't aired, but we interviewed her on a show that was supposed to be aired on NTV back then. So there.
And
We
we
loved
also
her back
interviewed her.
then.
We loved her, by the way. And I can, in fact, I wish we were actually able to go back to see the stories that we did on Lupita.
Yes, we need to bring
that
those
time, actually, I
interviews.
wish we could, but we can't. I think Pulse,
What
even that
happened?
time, ran lots of stories on
True
her.
Love.
Nation did lots of stories on her. True Love. The Star just when they were beginning.
I think
There was
Eric is
love.
just catching feelings. He's been
Yeah.
on TV for a while now, and nobody recognizes. Now he's wondering why we don't recognize Lupita.
See me after this.
Don't worry, Eric, your time shall come.
Oh, my word.
And I'll be the one going there saying,
my
Eric Omondi needs to
Yeah.
come, we celebrate
It's been in
him.
all the Masupuzwa TVs.
I-
Michelle.
Oh,
and
no. By the way, this is
nothing.
coming from a very good place. I think we should let Lupita be. Akuja
Lupita.
afanye family yake, then she goes back. She was in South Africa. And by the way, it should be noted that she behaves the exact same way to us as she does the rest of Africa and the world. She was in Pretoria. Is it Pretoria? Or Durban? Just last week. She was shooting daughter of Katwe, I'm a king of Katwe. Queen of Katwe. And she didn't make any press appearances. She didn't want everybody or anybody to know that she was in South Africa. So she's doing her thing. So if she's going to be a lizard in Kenya, she's equally becoming a lizard in the rest of
Ask
Africa.
Kenyans.
Si
allow
ati
Kenyans-
anakuaga crocodile
No,
akifika
allow
America,
Kenyans.
akikuja huku ni
Yeah,
lizard.
allow
Kendanga
Kenyans
American
to catch their
Godzilla.
feelings. Allow Kenyans
Yeah.
to say what
Give
they're saying.
those who
You
feel
know,
that
it's okay.
the space.
Yeah.
Don't take
Kenyans
this
are
happiness away
pretentious.
from Sophia.
Yeah.
She's been waiting for Lupita to come.
I actually agree with Eric. Let her be. Let her do her thing.
Let her be.
Let her work hard for the next Oscar.
Yeah,
So it's not a
absolutely.
one-time wonder
Absolutely.
kind
Plus,
of a
it's not a Kenyan movie that propelled her to that level. So
She will do a Kenyan movie, she had told
Maybe.
us.
Okay, let's talk about another person that Kenyans feel very closely and strongly about, Obama. And this story that the grave is getting a facelift of his father in Siaya. 1 million shillings, Siaya County government will spend that amount to restore, maintain and care for the Barack Obama gravesite. What do you guys think?
Adhiambo vile unafikiria.
Adhiambo?
You know, the Luo culture, as it is, you know,
It's
you do
immutable.
know by now that Luos revere death, by the way. And depending on your...
That is something that will make Sophia very uncomfortable.
Yes, yeah. By the way, Luos revere death, and especially if your standing in the community is as big as it is now. Even if you had died, you know, when he died, we didn't know his son someday would become the president of the United States. Now that he is, that tomb, wherever it is that he's lying, has got to be, you know, in our culture.
Well, he
what do we
became
call it?
president 2008. Why is now? Because it's coming.
You know, yes, because it's
isn't
coming.
it-
It's
window dressing.
you know, it's how do we say this culturally?
He appears not to agree with you.
No, he
Why are you
knows this.
turning pale?
By the way, culturally,
Because he
you know,
has no tea to sip. He's just there pretending
Culturally,
like
let me tell you, it's very revered. And the tomb, what they need to do is just to make the final resting place of his father just as important as his son. It's almost like he has made you proud even in death. We're not afraid of dead people. You do know that when a big person dies in Luoland, there's a lot of viewing that goes around. There's a lot of things that go around. So then it's just one of those cultural things that will have to happen. So in fact, even 1 million shillings, that's really little. I think they actually need to make it look
a billion.
as good as it, yes.
Yes. I was about to say something that would have been very controversial. But hey, 1 million shillings to get this facelift happening for this gravesite. And of course, it's all ahead of the President Obama's visit. He might not even end up going there. And this is taxpayers' money that's been used to do this.
First of all, facelift on a grave, why? I don't get it. This guy's been dead for so long. No,
so when Obama comes, he's not embarrassed.
Embarrassed how? Why are you going to be embarrassed by a grave? You've been president for God knows how long. You've been holding a job for a long time. Why wouldn't you do that for your father's grave when it was important to you when he died? I don't get it. So he saves face. Okay, I come from a Muslim background and we don't have tombstones and blah, blah, blah. You're buried after 3 days, maneno kwisha. It's all very simple, no coffins, nothing. So this aspect is, I'm just thinking why? Like it's all just window dressing for me. It's, you would say PR. It's
not
just
really PR. Now you're looking like an Egyptian goddess today. Now then let's go back to, let's go back to Egyptian culture just a little bit. And if you can relate that to Egyptian culture, then you would know why when a king died, then there were several other people who died with them. Now, equate that to now the father of the biggest, you know, one of the most strongest men in the world today. Now that would explain why they're doing that.
That is retrogressive. This is when a king dies. This is the dead father of the current president. He didn't die when Obama was president.
I think it's the same. It's the same way as I see every time I'm driving from the airport. They are trying to clear the roads and plant trees for Obama so that he thinks Kenya is beautiful with plantations. The same way, if he were to go to Siaya, they pour tarmac on the road. Mo used to do that all the time. So I think it's just a good gesture. Like, okay, look, his dad died. We don't want him to see this area quite dilapidated, so we are going to put on some sort of a facelift. So it's in the same spirit as kumwaga tambarao. Yes.
Oshin, what if you look at it this way? When you have these special super guests coming to your house, is business as usual in your house, or do you go a step further to ensure that, you know, this?
Well, with my mom's business.
Huh?
I don't have kids. Anyway. Your mom? No, with my mom, business as usual is that step further. My mom is always on point, like she's waiting for the queen to come to the house at any moment. That's the way she is, but it's not like, oh my God, Adhiambo is coming. There's this cup she gave me a long time ago that got broken. Let me start super gluing it and stuff so I can put tea in it for her. Knowing Adhiambo doesn't, she's lactose intolerant, she's not gonna drink my tea.
Like that doesn't make sense. Like a cup she gave me that is old. Why would you have it in a house when you're giving her an old cup?
I mean,
you know?
All right, before we go for break, clearly we shall wait to see if when Obama comes, if he will make the trip down to Kogelo and
probably even has before.
Huh?
He probably has done that like in secret. Maybe they.
No, Obama. No,
Obama would not do that.
Lupita is one who's come severally. And I've told Sophia,
you know, this guy.
Anyway, Sauti Sol, they are on a roll. The biggest music group in East Africa right now, having pulled many fast to revolutionize the youth for music band culture in Kenya. Will the BET Awards nominee attain the much-awaited breakthrough? That's the headline on the Pulse this morning. What do you think? Do you think this is it for them?
Oh, when it comes to Sauti Sol, I'm sure we all agree. They have proven that if you keep at it and you work really hard, you'll get it. And right now, all we need to do is to, just work with them to make this thing happen. It's good for our country. Again, as we say, they're our people. And these guys, they've done no one any wrong. They've just begun from down there, and they're going up, and they're doing it beautifully. And the songs just make sense. And they're our friends, unfortunately, so we really can't sit here and say, oh, you know, this one. And oh, the other one celebrated a birthday this week.
Yes, happy birthday,
yeah, happy birthday
Savara.
to you. Well, we already said it, but yeah, again, really.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and they're now on a tour in the US. I mean, they're just continuing to go above.
Non-stop. They're always at it. They're always touring. They just came from SA. They came here. They did a performance. They launched one of our products the other day. Then they took off, went to the US on their tour. They've got sold out concerts. They had to move one of them to a bigger hall because it was sold out and more people wanted to come. It's been amazing. And I love their hashtag, pledge allegiance to the hustle. That is what they're all about. They go hard and
I know he's
mashallah,
your
they're
friend,
making
Bien.
it.
So the other guys are your friends?
Oh yes, yeah. We actually earlier this week, Bien's girlfriend put together a family video thing. So we sent out very close friends, intimate family members. We sent out a video to Delvin, and just to wish him happy birthday and to wish them all of their success. So and they aired that in the States. They called them for an emergency meeting and put it up on a big screen. That was lovely. So they were very, very happy and they were screaming. But I want to say this. I want to say that every time Sauti Sol comes up, they're very synonymous to glory, or rather story, then glory. They work hard. Like, I can't even emphasize how much harder they work. I think in the same sitting here, I once said, we went to the studio with them at 2 p.m. I was leaving at 3:40 a.m. and they were working on one song, Nerea. And they said, guys, we've done enough, let's go. And they're like, no. Ebu, it's okay, Ebu. No. And they work really, really hard. So most people just look like looking at the glory. They're like, Maze, unajua tukua tano, si ukua ronga. Mi ukua guitar, nini, as in tu nika Sauti Sol. Mimi sema guitar, alafu boy nitwa Stivo. Stivo piga tu bass, do. Nika Chimano. As in, ukituweka tu hivi, uambie Sofia, tujua Maze tutapenda. It doesn't work like that.
They're very hard.
Doesn't work like that.
Don't know.
So you keep at it. There's always a story before the glory, and you have to stay to the story. Stay to the story.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't recognize you. Sometimes you're Eric Wainaina's backup singer, like in a BN1. Nobody talks about that, but people are like, oh, they're so big, they're so lucky. They're not lucky.
They're not lucky.
They've worked.
They've worked there.
So I want to say these, they deserve every bit of this. And I'm completely exhilarated about their success.
Yeah, and we wish them the very
they
best.
saw highest.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Page 6 in the Pulse, Mustafa. This is not porn. So he's created controversy. Lenga Stress 2013 release and rumors of dating Huda Ogopa DJ's Mustafa is now on the spotlight for yet another hot video. You're big on music, Adiambo. Have you watched this hot video?
There were snippets of the rushedness that Mustafa is trying to bring. I said this before, I'll say it again, that I think Mustafa made sense when he was the equal half of Vultures at the time. I think he is struggling a lot now to make that sense, and he is making a lot of nonsense, I think, you know, in the trial that he's putting together. You cannot, in all fairness, just have beef with everybody for no reason. You remember we discussed it here the other time that he was on about Prezo. You cannot even compare Mustafa and Prezo in one sitting for whatever reason. Yesterday, the other day, he called out Nyota Ndogo. He said, "Nimekuona, what is it, Koinange?" And Nyota Ndogo was quite upset, and you know, in her nice Swahili, just
That
put it
is the
down
thing.
there and really
Swahili.
beautifully. So yesterday there was something else when he just put a photo of Nyota Ndogo and said, "We need to talk." And Nyota Ndogo got really pissed off and called him certain unprintable words. And because I actually talked with Nyota Ndogo. She's around, by the way. She's in Nairobi for a concert. She arrived yesterday around 4. And Nyota Ndogo did not mince her words. She just said, this guy needs to grow up, wear big boy panties, and stop the jokes. And on the matter of being wretchedness with somebody's wife, and this person happens to be blind, and then you put, yes, Big Innocent is the artist in question that the wife was twerking. Okay. Yes, that's the story. the wife who was twerking.
This woman is a wife to a blind man.
Yes, who's also an artist.
Wow.
He's like, what a waste.
And as it happens now, the blind guy who's also an artist has now divorced the wife.
The blind guy divorced the wife. But how? He couldn't even see she was twerking.
He could feel.
That is weird.
The vibrations are in the air. Okay.
No, so it's really...
That is a blind man who can see.
So Mustafa, wherever he is, I think he probably needs a sit.
Okay.
Also, she was twerking to Mustafa's music?
That particular, song that is supposed to cover. Genius, have you heard it? Because it's not out. Have you heard it? There's all this talk, but nobody has actually seen or heard this particular
Well,
music.
the blind man hasn't seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That is a talented
Mustafa
blind
and
man.
his beef with the world and video. Oshin, any thoughts?
No, it's just hilarious to me, especially with the Nyotandogo thing.
Yeah.
What you called him out on was, I'm a woman and you're a guy and you're always antagonizing me. What's that about? Like, go up against somebody your own size, your own gender. Like, it's so uncouth. And it was so beautiful. It was in Kiswahili.
Yes.
And, Kiswahili just makes everything sound so vulgar when it's heated.
You like
Hilarious. No, it's just hilarious. Like, when you say some things in Kiswahili, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
So
like,
it
take
was so
a chill
funny.
pill.
I'll forward it to you.
Please.
It's so funny when you actually look at it.
You actually
It was
forwarded
on
to
Joe
me?
Mushiri's page.
That's interesting.
Cracked me up. Just the
It's funny.
Kiswahili just made it all the more serious.
Did you just use the F word there?
No, it was not.
I heard
But the
that.
way they say
I also
it,
had that.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But the way they say it, and then if you speak to Nyota, if you were to call her right now, she'll go like, what you say? It's just interesting. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say this again about Mustafa. I think he's either very, very bored or very, very idle or very, very all those other things. But you can't, on the same breath, speak about Sauti Sol and then now come to talk about Mustafa. It feels draining, like you're getting a migraine.
Yeah, like...
Success happens when you ceaselessly and relentlessly pursue your passion, not when you get into beef with people.
Yeah. There are those people
I
who...
don't understand how the psyche works. Like, tukana nani, wateka kwa gazeti, alafu kuwe relevant. I'm like,
There are those also who use that.
so-
And I think for Mustafa, he thinks that will
that
but
is
it
not
has
working.
propelled
Yeah,
him.
that no bad
it's
press, no
not
press is-
working. So I wouldn't even read that article because it would just piss me off. So he should pursue his passion in the studio and jot songs and rap and do collabos.
Okay.
That's what we should know him for.
Eric Oshin Adhiambo, continue to stay with us here on Morning Express because we still have lots to discuss. We wanted to take a short break. When we return, we'll hopefully be linking up with the guys from Radio Maisha. They're celebrating 5 years and they've been ruling the airwaves. And we'll be talking a little about how radio in Kenya has evolved over the past several years. So yeah, stay with Morning Express. Yeah, clearly somebody is sleeping on the job and putting me up when I'm not supposed to be on. Welcome back to Morning Express. We're glad you're watching. Oshin Odhiambo. I was about to say Otieno.
Really? I'd really catch. Cheki, you don't even know my name.
All these years.
Like all these years of me, I'd really walk out on you on the set like, not twice in my I can't believe it. Then you really have to follow me on set and bembeleza me. I'm like, Eric, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Eric, I was joking.
No, you know someone, this Gafla people put up a list of Atikamba.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Kambas will do what?
No, just
What did they say?
it's called positive tribalism.
Yeah, positive tribalism. Well, I'm not, so it's this siren thing. What do they call it now?
Yeah.
People they think are pretty in the media.
Oh.
Or
Ms. Wanuna.
But
no,
by
but now when you
tribe.
get it wrong on surely the basics.
They call you Otieno?
No. They put her in the wrong tribe.
They put me in the,
The wrong tribe.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, they thought you were Kamba. Oh, cow.
It's the name.
Most people actually confuse Wanuna.
Yeah, Wanuna. Most people confuse it. We're discussing it that
all
night.
kinds of things, which is, I like that.
Which is nice. But most media people are very strange names, eh? You've noticed?
Strange.
It's very hard to find somebody so John Gidanga in the media.
There are.
They are.
Well, maybe uko nyuma nyuma, but
Yeah.
watu wako kwa TV.
People make fun of my name sometimes. Like the other day, it was so hilarious and got so many retweets. This guy just tweeted Sophia Wa, and then you know this emoticon of someone who's furad, like. So it was Wa, and then like so many of.
Oh my goodness.
No, I find it hilarious, and I've gotten, you know.
But do you get really upset a lot? No? Yeah.
No.
To some people, Wanuna means that.
Yeah.
You know, kununa.
Kununa,
like,
yeah.
Wanuna nini. So it's not.
And then you know Wanuna sounds Swahili,
Yes.
like Mwanyige, you know? Mwanyiga. I'm a Mwanyiga.
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 Wanuna means beautiful springs, but to you
Gosh.
it
Beautiful
does.
spring.
And then Sophia is wisdom, so beautiful springs of wisdom. But don't also make this about me. Let us
that's
move on.
Eric
to
means
page
ruler.
15. Eric means?
Ruler and dangerously good looking.
Dangerous.
Dangerously.
You know,
Whoa.
today he's selling himself on air.
Yes, the ladies are watching. So we've been having this, the presenter running on KTN for a couple of weeks now. The grand finale is this Saturday, and there are 4 finalists: Jamal Gaddafi, Richard Onyango, Michelle Ngele, and Abdullah Ahmed. So that's a special feature also on this Pulse today on page 15. You've watched a number of the episodes, you were telling me, Adhiambo. What do you think about the whole competition, the talent, what they've been taken through, where they're at now, and who's your money on?
Not particularly decided whether I'll have money on anybody, but I think that the whole process has been quite nice and really informative because of the people you've brought on, you know, on the show. I've seen you there. I've seen Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen Latif, you know, Eric Latif.
Edith.
I've seen all these people in there. And when the first presenter was done, of course, it got Edith on board and the other guy. So I think when this new talent is put together, it's good. I think the 4 finalists are well deserving. They have different things to bring to the table. I'm glad that you're looking for somebody who is all-rounded. I'm glad that you want to specifically have people who are also not just politics and not just straitjacket, but people who can be able to become all-rounded. So Jamal is good looking, so I think ladies probably will vote for him because that is what happens when you do these things of voting. The Onyango guy has a little swag and really good knowledge of,
And his voice is so...
Yeah, it's interesting.
Captures you.
Yeah, it captures. I actually would, if he's not hired, I would ask other people to have. What this would do though, is that KTN is doing a favor also to other people, because even if somebody doesn't get, hired here, then somebody else will have seen them. So you gave them a platform. It's more like when you go for idols. You remember that some people who were in idols did not win, but they became the biggest idols ever.
Yeah, they're on Empire.
Yes, yeah. So I think
The platform, the journey has already begun.
Yes, yeah.
It's up to them to make best of it. Eric.
KTN is kind of, they might probably take all of them. I've had this gentleman, Jamal Gaddafi, speaking Swahili, and he's very, very good. It reminds me of when I was 23, myself and a host of other guys from Mombasa. The KTN called for an interview. They were looking for a Swahili news anchor. Sasa mimi na ujaluo yangu nikachukua. I went and very early in the morning. So in the lobby back in town at I&M building, there were another 21 people, all of whom had traveled the previous night from Mombasa. So you can imagine the Swahili. So with me was Muhammad Ali Jichopevu, my friend since, and we went and sat, and Mdoe was the one interviewing us. Sasa unapatiwa hii auto cue, alafu unakaa hivi. Oh my God, I was sweating. So they've mixed up words. Katika jerianda ya Kenene kunasema kwamba watu wawili walipigwa risasi huko kwenye kichwa, and they couldn't flow, and they mixed it up, and these Coastarians were very few. They were like, asante, kwa majina naitwa Abdalla Mnana. Nataka kusema ya kwamba watu wawili walikana oh my word. So out of everybody else, they kicked all 21 of us. They took one person, I won't say who. And I was so depressed. I thought, what am I going to make with my life? I can't read Swahili. I'm not even fluent. And then all these Costarians are intimidating, and all the chicks had this hijab on, and they were very, very fluent. So I think it's very commendable. Oh, later on they took Moha. And yeah, so I didn't cut it for becoming a TV presenter.
And here you are.
Here you are.
But
here I am.
You don't?
On TV,
where
women can see you.
So, no,
Hello.
that was not the call.
Oshane.
Yeah. So well, back to these gentlemen. I think they're very, very good. I think
And
Jamal.
a lady, hey.
And a lady.
Oh yes, and
there's
the
last
lady.
star.
But I've been very interested in Jamal. I think he's he's very good looking, no homo, and he's also very, very, very eloquent. Kwa Kiswahili mtu eloquent anaitwa nini?
Even Abula is very, okay, of course they're in different sides. Abula
Maybe nani Jamal juu unamuona alafu you want to listen. He has that aura. Unajua anakuinvite.
So your money is on Jamal. They were here last week actually on the show.
Yeah, I saw them, but we were leaving quite fast, so we didn't.
Oh yeah, you guys,
We were chased out of set.
Yeah.
For them. So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I've watched the competition. I really like it. I like that they get basic training from the beginning. Some of these people didn't even know why presenters wear the earpieces.
Yes.
One person said she thought everybody on news was deaf. I'll just leave that there. Oh yeah, and that KTN was first aired in 1947. Anyway, back to this. It's been a long journey for them. It's been very educational. I like that. That is why other stations can now pick them up if they so choose, if none of them gets through. But my money is on Jamal because from the get-go, he's been very focused, very eloquent, such a gentleman. I love his dress sense. He's very charming.
Jamal!
And I don't know, it's different.
Yeah.
Most of the people there were English speakers, or a couple of Swahili, but he really set himself apart. And I like that from the get-go. And he's there's something very charming and attractive about him. In an endearing way.
And I know he's wanted this for a long time because I remember, I think 2 years ago, we were having screen tests. We were looking, I think, for a presenter at the time. And I remember taking him through a screen test so that he came back still. Like, he's really just wanted this for a very long time. And still at the auditions, there's quite a number of people who showed up then who came back for the presenter. So I like when somebody will pursue something, and even if you don't get it the first time, you keep still going at it. Because that just goes to show that this is
maybe
not...
ningejikaza sasa hivi ningekuwa natembea hapo na Mohana.
Imagine ungekuwa sasa wewe ndio uko na
tunatoa vitu ambavyo vitawashtua sana.
No.
Hey.
Parwanja
So keep voting, guys. Have you voted though for these, people you were supporting? Have you voted for them?
I'll vote after this.
Yeah,
I keep wanting to vote. I see it on Instagram all the time. Vote for this, and I'm like, oh,
and it's running on KTN. Vote.
No,
Because now it's
double
up to
tap
the
to
Kenyans.
That's just people like
It's not
reminding
double tap.
you.
Okay. Double
You
tap?
don't double tap.
Double tap.
No, I thought
Double
you
tap
said
is voting.
No. Mostly that's why people lose, because then everybody will say, I like, but they're actually not going out there and voting. So I think it's really important that you get there.
So whoever your favorite is of the 4 finalists, vote, because this weekend you'll finally have the 2 presenters, and it will be good to work with them. Whoever wins, I wish them the best. The Nairobian today is leading with a striptease, Mheshimiwa and Fresh scandal, as Kisumu TNA party officials vowed to throw her out. So this is Senator. She's denying sex in the car. Senator denies having sex with Nigerian.
a Nigerian man.
This is Senator Gwendo, nominated senator. Nominated, she...
This is the same senator who got drunk some time back, eh?
Remember there was this also incident in Carnival. I think she showed up with a man, and it was a story still at the time. But people should just be allowed to do what they want, no?
Yeah, like now
I think they already are. Like, we always get these stories about all these politicians on the news doing very untoward things. Like, with politicians like those, who need socialites? We've got all the scandals, front page.
What do you think it is about our society? Because in the Western countries, let's use the US, for example, such scandals are so big, it's such a huge deal, it would get you to lose off. Look at the impeachment of Clinton over that whole Lewinsky thing. Here, it's just people will talk about it, laugh, gossip, and then move on. It's more accepted, is it?
I don't know, I don't even find that there's an issue with a private citizen engaging in whatever knowledge of anybody else, but also
she's not a private citizen.
Yeah, she's a senator, but you know, the headline is that she's denying that aspect. I remember that story because she herself had, it was already in a different daily actually, and she put it on her page that how could she be in two different places at the same time, because on that day, remember that flooding day where you had to turn and go to you know, end up in a place which wasn't your home, and she also had to walk really a long distance and leave her car in Madaraka on that day.
There to meet the Nigerian.
No, really, I do not know the allegations that were, but she, in her own words, she actually explained how she got stuck, how her car, and she was, you know, barefoot.
Barefoot?
No, she had to walk. She had to leave her machine and actually just walk, leave her heels, because at that time, really, what are you doing with heels? You know, when water is up to God knows where. But back to you, Sophia. I do not think that that we are where the West is in terms of sex scandals and escalades. I think
in terms of morality?
Yeah, in terms of morality, I don't think that it's even an issue. I think we just make everything a laughing matter, and we read about it, and we just want to say, oh my God, again, and we do not hold anybody accountable to it. Maybe in time, maybe in a few years, Vision 2030 perhaps.
We're loose like gooses.
Kenyans are very loose. Do you want to talk? Well, look, all necessary truth is its own evidence. So at least until we have the evidence that she's actually been doing this, then we can, you know, point her to the wrong.
Anyway, let's move on to something more interesting.
I was still talking, Sophia.
Okay. Because you appear not to be one.
I'm sorry.
Alrighty, let's move to something else.
Diva. Everyone is approaching this with, you know, ding.
Yes, Kobe.
Yeah. So I want to take you through this tumultuous time. 10 things about cheap city lodges. It's on page 2. Yes.
Cheap
City lodge.
City lodge.
Oh, really?
So there's Toeni Mashuka as number 1.
Who comes up with these?
No, it's usually very interesting, this page 2 and some of the 10 things they come up with.
Yeah.
And then there's rusty toilets, like the things you'll find in this cheap place. Yeah, cheap places.
Was your Malojo, the Gideon Bible?
Solo would have explained this well.
Smita.
No, Smita, yeah.
Ironical names. You know those ones that have biblical sounding names like Paradise or Glory, which is ironical given what goes on sometimes behind the closed doors. Then there's Torn Dirty Towel. Have you ever been in
what?
there?
Torn Dirty Towel.
Oh
Walk
my
on the
God.
towel, chafu.
But you know now, how?
Which one stands out for you, Eric? Since you're the only one having a copy there.
What is that? What, sorry?
Which one stands out for you?
Oh, the one that stands out for me.